And welcome to the box score. Terry Collins along with Monica Braswell, who has clicked another mile on the odometer last Saturday, Monica.
I've about
You don't look a day over 50, I'll go ahead and tell you.
Well, good, because I'm not.
First of all, belated happy birthday. We are glad you to join us, and Stacy couldn't be with us. We appreciate you filling in. And you know, Monica, it's tournament time. Some tournament games have already been played, others more to come this weekend. An exciting time of year.
Well, and I mean, this is what you work your whole season for, Terry, is this moment leading into these district tournaments and going forth from there, you know, with the region and sub-state and state tournament. So I think it's an exciting time for the players. It's an exciting time for these coaches. Everything you've worked for is for this moment. So I think we're going to see some good basketball. Let's
go ahead and look at some scores that we had. Of course, we had Smith County and Watertown in Carthage. Final regular season game for Smith County, not for Watertown. Of course, they played on Monday night against Westmoreland. Smith County girls get a big win, 62-33. Lady Owls led by M. Enoch, 16 points. She knocked in 3 threes, and then a perfect night for senior Anna Vining, 15 points. She had 3 of 3 from three-point range, 4 of 4 from the field overall, and 4 of 4 from the line. Watertown led by Madison King with 7 points as they really struggled to score. Go ahead and look at the boys contest. Smith County pulls out over a pesky Watertown team, 66-56. Taylor Dickerson, 4 first quarter threes. 19 points overall. He had 5 threes. Dennis West, 16 points. Trent Spradlin, 23 to lead Watertown. But the Owls get the victory to finish 6-0 inside the district. They are the #1 seed for the 6AA tournament. Let's go ahead and look at some more action. We had Westmoreland and Cannon County playing over in Woodbury. Westmoreland Lady Eagles coming in highly ranked. They were led by Lana Eckel with 22 points, Bailey Norman with 11. Cannon County led by Malia Sissom with 7, but Westmoreland Lady Eagles, they're the real deal, Monica, and I expect them to make a deep postseason run.
They are, and they've just been, you know, so fundamentally sound and so consistent, you know, this whole, you know, regular season, and I feel like they're ready, and they're going to be a tough task for anybody to knock off in the tournament.
Let's go ahead and look at the boys contest. Cannon County led by Gus Davenport with 30 points, who's now going over 2,000 career points. Theo Winters with 19. Westmoreland led by Anthony Leith with 18. That game a little closer than most people would have thought. Cannon County gets a 75-67 victory. Let's go ahead and look at some more scores that we have. Clay County, I got to see that game on the girls' side. Beats Macon County 62-52. That was a 5 or 6 point ball game with a couple minutes left. Clay County ranked #1 in some polls in single A in the state. They are atop the District 7A standings. Red Boiling a big win over Trouser County. Eagleville over Gordonsville on Friday. And then on Saturday, Clay County girls get a win over Harriman. Looking at other scores the standings, we'll look at the brackets and stuff just a little bit later. Clay County dropped to #2 in the poll. They won that district. Pickett County 2nd. Red Boiling 3rd. Clark Range was 4th. 4 of those teams, they're ranked in the top 10 of the state. The number you see on the left side is their ranking throughout the state. And as we'll talk a little bit, Gordonsville, the #5 seed, pulls the upset of Clark Range in a game that we had on DTC TV in double overtime thriller for Jake Dillard's squad. And we're going to have him on just a little bit later as well. Go ahead and look at some more. We talked about that game. We'll kind of focus on it now. Lily Manor with 23 points. She hits a 3 at the end of first overtime to put it into second overtime, and then Gordonsville wins at 56-52. Olivia Brown had 10 points. Big stat in that ball game. Gordonsville 11 of 28 from three-point range, while Clark Range was only 9 of 40. Addie Stowers leads Clark Range with 16 points, but Monica, first time, I guess, in the 44-year history that Lamar Rogers has coached at Clark Range, that they will not be advancing to the region tournament. He's done a tremendous job. They've had a tough year. They finished at 19-9, but that was a huge win for the Big Blue in Gordonsville.
Well, it really was. It's phenomenal. I feel like this is really the first great signature win for Jake Dillard and that coaching staff. He's been doing such a great job the past few years trying to rebuild that program and bringing it back to the prominence that, you know, it once experienced. And I think finally, you know, they took a step in the right direction and getting a big win against a team that was better than them going in, and they come in and they scrapped and they beat them and they found a way to win. So kudos to them.
You look at Gordonsville, first time I think since 2016 that they're going to the region tournament. They've got 5 seniors. That's got to mean a lot to them, Monica.
Oh, of course. You know, on those big games, I mean, that'll be something that lives in their mind forever. Just to be able to go in and knock off such a storied program as Clark Range, you know, I mean, and like you said, I mean, I don't think Clark Range has ever really been in an elimination game like that. You know, going back stretching, I think you said over the past 44 years. So, you know, it's a great win for Gordonsville. It's a great win for the coaching staff, the kids, the community. And it'll be something that I'm sure the Clark Range Lady Buffaloes will leave a bad taste in their mouth that they will work going into next season. And
they only had 1 senior, did Clark Range, so, you know, they're going to return to prominence as long as Lamar Rogers is there. He's a tremendous coach, got nearly 1,300 wins in his illustrious career. He's the winningest coach at girls basketball in the state of Tennessee. That's quite a feather in your cap.
Yeah, oh, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. To have a career that long and do it as well as he's done it, he's a Hall of Famer.
Let's go ahead and look at the 7A boys scoreboard. Clay County, you know, Macon County had that a 4-point game there. I'm sorry, a 3-point game. That was been about midway through the 4th quarter, but Grant Strong kind of kicked it up a notch and they win at Lafayette 58-47. Charleston County went over Red Boiling. You got Gordonsville big over Eagleville, and then Clay County over Harriman on Saturday to wind up regular season play. Let's go ahead and look at the standings. Clay County ranked 3rd, played a very tough schedule. Rob Edwards, we'll try to have him on here another week or 2 on the box score. Pickett County number 5. Of course, their only 2 losses in the district came to Clay County. Gordonsville sitting there at 3rd, Red Boiling Springs at 4th, Clark Range 5th. As we'll see in the graphics a little bit, Red Boiling got the win over Clark Range on Monday night in that 4-5 matchup to end Clark Range season at 2-26. Let's go ahead and look at some more district tournament. Of course, the district 7A tournament is at Livingston. And as we talked about, Red Boiling Springs, a big win, 64-33. They advanced to the district semifinals. They'll play against top seed Clay County. Pickett County and Gordonsville will tangle in that 2-3 matchup on the other side of that bracket. Let's go ahead and look at some more honors. The superlatives have been out. Gordonsville Lady Tigers, Lily Manor on first team All-District, Callie Underwood. The all-freshman team as an 8th grader, I might add. Olivia Brown, honorable mention. Katie Vaden, honorable mention as well. The Gordonsville Tigers, Will Dudney makes 2nd team All-District. Braden Holloman, 2nd team All-District. Ryder Grissom, 3rd team All-District. David Driver on the all-defensive team and Brody Sykes on the all-freshman team. You know, to make an all-district team, regardless if it's 1st, 2nd, or 3rd team, that's a big honor and something that shouldn't be taken lightly.
No, and they should be, you know, very proud of themselves. These athletes put in a lot of time in the gym. There's a lot of time, a lot of shots going up when nobody's looking, a lot of practice time and camps. And, you know, anytime you can get an honor like that and receive an honor like that is something that really makes you feel good because you've earned it.
You know, and one thing I guess that probably is not magnified enough is sometimes just the people that score is who people want to vote to those teams, whether it be all county or all district or all region or all state. But you know, there are players, and I'll give you for instance, Dennis West, he's averaging 17 points a game, but the impact that he has on the game, on the defensive end, assisting, just doing the things he does, makes him a very, very valuable player.
Well, and I know I've made this statement to you about Dennis West in particular, is he's good for 30 every night, whether he scores a basket or not. And by doing that, and by saying that, what I mean is that he does more than just score. And you know, that's probably why he was elected. I think he was the Defensive Player of the Year, I think, in that district, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But obviously, if you score, you garner a lot of attention, but there's so many more pieces that have to go into the puzzle to make your team successful. And, you know, if you play defense consistently, you're rebounding consistently, it's good to see some of those players acknowledged for doing such things. And
I have to give the coaches credit, Monica. They do a good job of finding those people and putting them on those teams, even if it's somebody that only averages 4 or 5 points a game.
Well, and I love too that a lot of districts have kind of changed it. And, you know, depending on what district it is, you can go in and kind of determine what awards that you want to give and that thing. And, you know, back several years ago, it would be, you would just select 4 or 5 kids, you know, depending on how you finished in the district to make the all-district team. Now they have Defensive Player of the Year and Freshman Team, and, you know, so some different awards where you can actually select those kids that are doing something differently besides just being the leading scorers on every team.
And we'll have more when we return, as we remind you, you're watching The Box Score.
What is UC-EMC Strong? It's local people. It's local power. Delivering safe, reliable electricity to homes and businesses in the Upper Cumberland is our mission. Getting you back in the game with no time out is our goal. It's been a tough season. Our community has met many challenges, but we're emerging stronger than ever because we're on your team. Upper Cumberland Electric Membership Corporation. We're in this together.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Nearstar Middle Tennessee Mines in Gordonsville is hiring. We have open positions for maintenance technicians, maintenance trainer, electricians, entry-level miners, mill operators, mill technicians, infill drillers, and other amazing opportunities. We offer competitive wages, excellent benefits, PTO, holiday pay, exceptional 401k, and much more. Make the most of your future and your career. Join the excellent team at Nearstar Middle Tennessee Mines in Gordonsville.
Liberty State Bank's debit MasterCards are now available with the names and mascots of our local schools printed right on the front of your card. With every non-PIN transaction, Liberty State Bank will donate 5 cents to the school system on your card. It's easy to show your school spirit and raise some extra money for your school at the same time. Show your school pride. Liberty State Bank, a branch of Citizens Bank of Lafayette. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works. And it's how we do business at DTC. You can count on us for internet, TV, and phone, backed by local support.
Get more from your internet. Get a $50 bill credit when you add or upgrade your internet service with us. This is a limited time offer, so don't delay.
DTC. We're working hard to be a good neighbor.
And welcome back to The Box Score. Terry Collins along with Monica Braswell, and we're going to take a look at some 6AA and 7 AAA scores and numbers and go through the brackets and all that. In this segment is on Friday night, Smith County gets the win over Watertown 62-33. Westmoreland a big win over Cannon County over in Woodbury. Then Whitwell beats Cannon County, and Westmoreland beats Watertown on Monday night in a makeup game, which finished up the district 6AA scores. Go ahead and look at the standings. Westmoreland ranked number 7 in the state in the Class 2A. They finished undefeated, 6-0 in the district. Very fine overall record of 22-3. They have played a very tough schedule as well. Smith County sitting there at 20-8. First time that Smith County has won 20 games in the girls since Scott Moore's second year at the helm for the Lady Owls. Cannon County sitting there at 11-16, Watertown at 10-17. Let's go ahead and look at some boys scores from last week. Smith County beats Watertown 66-56. Cannon County gets the win at home over Westmoreland 75-67. Cannon County a big win over Whitwell, and then Westmoreland beats Watertown, which wound up being a third place tie. Watertown did win the coin flip to get the number 3 seed. Westmoreland will be the number 4 seed in the upcoming boys tournament. Let's go ahead and look at the standings. Smith County best record it's had, most wins, in fact, in the regular season since the Owls went to the state tournament. That would have been back in 1991 when the Owls finished 29-4. Trey Sanders done a tremendous job, 23-5. Not just an ultra-talented team, Monica, but they play so hard and they play so well together.
Well, and effort, just effort, hustle, and you know, Smith County's a team that we're around a whole lot, you know, covering them for the radio and everything, and we've said it time and time again, and we've seen them go into a game that initially we would say, well, they're outmatched, whether it be because of length and size or whether it just be because of athleticism. And somehow these Smith County Owls, they just find a way to win, not in and not out. They
don't have a very big margin of error when it comes to that because, you know, their tallest post player is Hicks. He's maybe 6'1", 6'2". Everybody else is 6 foot and under. And, you know, but they just battle it night in, night out. County sitting there at number 2 at 15-12. Watertown's going to be the 3 seed. They split with Westmoreland but won the coin toss in the district tournament. As far as the meeting, which was held earlier in Watertown. So Watertown will be 3, Westmoreland 4. So that means Smith County will play Westmoreland, County will play Watertown in the opening semifinal games, which are at 6 and 7:30 on Saturday night at Watertown High School. And we'll look at that bracket in just a bit. Let's go ahead and look at some more honorees. County, Bella Pelham, first team All-District. Anderson Holt, second team. Jalen Fan, honorable mention for the Smith County Lady Owls. First team, Emma Enoch. Second team, Anna Vining and Errol Houghton. Honorable mention, Gracie Williams, Addison Hawkins, and Marissa Spivey. And for the Watertown Lady Purple Tigers, Madison King makes first team. Some awfully talented players right there, Monica.
Oh, for sure. And once again, you know, I know we just mentioned it, you know, it's such an honor. And you look at this list, and each one of these young ladies has contributed to her team, you know, in a major way. So just congratulations to them on a huge honor.
Of course, Westmoreland's got some outstanding players as well, you know, that have made the all-district team. Of course, that's not a team we cover normally, but a team that no doubt will be favored to win that 6AA championship on the girls' side. All right, let's go ahead and look at some more boys superlatives for the County. Gus Davenport voted the most valuable players. Theo Winters, first team All-District. Brendan Reed, second team. Definitely got to make the all-defensive team. AGA Armstrong, all-defensive team as well. For the Smith County Owls, Dennis West makes first team All-District along with Defensive Player of the Year. Matthew Sinclair, second team. Johnny Lyda, second team and all-defensive. Taylor Dickerson, second team. Peyton Hicks, all-defensive. And then Trey Sanders gets Coach of the Year. Don't think there's much argument over that.
No, Coach Sanders has done a great job coming in. And just like I said, at times when it seems like they're outmatched, maybe physically looking at a team, they find ways to win. And it's because Coach Sanders has this team. He prepares them well. You can tell that they're defensively, they know scouting reports and things, and they just play extremely hard for him. So congratulations to Coach Sanders.
For Watertown, Trent Spradlin, who put 23 up on Carthage against the Owls, makes first team All-District and the all-defensive team, so congratulations to him. Let's go ahead and look at some more scores. First from the girls' side of the docket, as far as 7 AAA goes. Upland a big win over Stone Memorial, and then Clay County a win over Macon County. Other scores from Friday night, Upland big over DeKalb County girls. DeKalb County girls, if you remember, in the game at Smithville had won that ball game, so Upland had a little revenge in their eye last Friday night when they played in Baxter. Cumberland County big over White County, a surprising margin there. Livingston Academy big over Stone Memorial, and then on Saturday, Cumberland County beats White County to secure that #1 spot in the District 7AA upcoming tournament. Let's go ahead and look at the standings. You got Cumberland, Livingston, and White County there all at 9-3. Upland just a game back at 8-4. Monica, there's those top 4 teams, there's not a whole lot of difference.
There's not, and kind of shocking, you know, to see Upperman down in a 4 spot when they're used to just dominating the district that they're in. Definitely don't count them out. They're well coached, and you know, I'm sure they'll come out ready to play. And yeah, those top 3 teams, I mean, I got to see Cumberland County last week, was super impressed with the way they shoot the basketball. And I don't think you can count out somebody sitting middle to bottom of the pack like DeKalb County, if you get Katie Farrell and Van Branken going at the same time, I mean, they definitely have the potential to upset some of those upper teams.
Of course, DeKalb County did play Upperman in that first round of the district, and we'll get to that score in just a little bit. But, you know, Upperman, the reason they're not a four-way tie for first place was Upperman lost at DeKalb, which actually knocked them out of the tie for that first place standing. So let's go ahead and look at the girls' first round district that we talked about. Livingston big over Macon County to end their season. Upperman wins at home against DeKalb 41-33, and then White County big over Stone Memorial. Let's go ahead and look at some more scores from the boys' side of the draw. Upperman beat Stone Memorial back last Thursday, and then Clay County a win over Macon County. Macon County had that to a 3-point deficit, but Clay County pulls away in the end. Let's go ahead and look at some more scores from Friday night. Upperman a narrow win over DeKalb, 50-49. That was up in Baxter. White County over Cumberland County. Stone Memorial over Livingston. So 3 close games there on the boys' side of the docket. And then on Saturday night, White County gets the win over Cumberland County, 63-50. Let's go ahead and look at the standings for the final standings for the district for the regular season. Stone Memorial on top at 9-3. White County in that number 2 slot at 8-4. Then Cumberland County and Upperman both at 7-5. Then Livingston sitting there at 6-6, DeKalb 5-7, and then Macon 0-12. Let's go ahead and look. We've got the district first round of the tournament. We've got 3 quarterfinal games coming up with those scores posted, which will mean the loser goes home, the winner will advance on in the tournament. Let's go ahead and look at some more superlatives. The DeKalb County Lady Tigers, Katie Farrell, no surprise there. First team All-District. Ella Van Branken, second team All-District. Avery Agee, the freshman, honorable mention, All-District, and on the all-freshman team. On the boys' side of the ledger for John Sanders' squad, Connor Close, the most improved, at second team All-District. Elisha Ramos, third team All-District. Braden Antoniak on the all-defensive team. Stetson Agee, honorable mention All-District. And Jordan Parker on the all-freshman team. As we get to the end of this break, Monica, you know, the thing with a lot of these teams, you've got players that, you know, it's unfortunate, like a Smith County district where you've got only 4 teams, you've got a 7-team district there, so some teams, some players that probably deserve to make first, second, or third team, unable to do so because they've got 7 teams in their district.
Yeah, Terry, and that's just kind of where I still think we're all kind of trying to get used to these new district alignments because, I mean, when you compare, just for example, the 2 districts that you compared, you know, you've got a district with 4 teams. Those teams are automatically moving on to the region no matter what happens in the district tournament. And then you have an extremely tough district like the 7A district and everything where you've got 6 or 7 teams and you're having to battle it out and a tough district at that. When you look at Upperman, Livingston, Cumberland County, I mean that's a pretty tough district to compete in. 7 AAA could arguably be the one of the toughest districts in the state in any classification. For sure.
As we'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll have more of the box score when we return. As we remind you, you're watching the box score on DTC 3.
What is UC-EMC Strong? It's local people. It's local power. Delivering safe, reliable electricity to homes and businesses in the Upper Cumberland is our mission. Getting you back in the game with no time out is our goal. It's been a tough season. Our community has met many challenges, but we're emerging stronger than ever because we're on your team. Upper Cumberland Electric Membership Corporation. We're in this together.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to the box scores. We've got Gus Davenport from Cannon County. We've got his head coach, Jason Knowles, with us. And we appreciate them taking the time out to be with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Coach, when you look, the regular season's over. And as far as coach is concerned, everybody's 0-0. I know you're seeded second in the upcoming tournament. You've got Watertown. Smith County's got Cannon County. But you got to feel like, Coach, that the way you've played the Owls, that, hey, you can win this district tournament.
Yeah, we're really foaming at the mouth. You know, obviously we've got to get through Watertown, but we're definitely looking forward to getting that Smith County team again, and we feel pretty good about our chances against them for sure.
Coach, when you look, everybody, you know, starts the postseason 0-0. You've seen a team in the Upper Cumberland several years ago, Pickett County girls, that was in that 4-5 matchup, could have been eliminated in the first round of the district, but fortunately, you know, they get on a roll and wind up winning the state championship. And I know I say that to say this, basketball is a tournament game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you kind of like the same scenario. A lot of people said last year the Macon County girls team were the third best team in their district. And, you know, same scenario for them. So you see it time and time again. A team has a few good nights in a row, and you never know what's going to happen.
Coach, when you look at Cannon County, of course, I know we're going to talk to Gus just a little bit, but when you look to have a player of Gus Davenport's caliber is not something that you have real often. I mean, you take the leading scorer in school history, and, you know, he draws the other team's assignment every night, takes a beating, and I don't mean that to try to defend him, but, you know, in the games that I've seen that Gus has played in, you know, the defense is really focus on him, and you know that makes it tough, night in, night out. And I'm sure it's hard for Gus to enjoy the game just because there's so much scrutiny from fans, from players, from everybody trying to slow him down.
Yeah, you know, Gus has done a real good job all year, constantly facing a boxing one or a dominant one defense, and you know it seems every time he touches the ball, the double team's coming. So. He's done a good job getting his teammates involved and finding them. And, you know, you can't say enough for what he does for our team. And fortunately, our young guys have been able to step up and help him out this year. We've had a pretty solid season because of it.
Coach, when you look at your team, you know, when I had y'all at Watertown back early in the season, I thought you played one of your better games that I've seen you play. Not only did Gus get going, but several pieces of the puzzle, Theo Winters to be exact, got going as well, but you've got Armstrong that stepped up for you, and when you've got a force like Brendan Reed in the middle that can block shots, can rebound, can score, I mean, you've got a solid team that seems to have no weaknesses.
Yeah, you know, we're a pretty complete team. We've got a few guys on the bench that come in and help out as well, and you know, from night in, night out, I know that we're not a team that somebody wants to face in the postseason. So, you know, when AJ's on and Theo's on and Brendan doing his job in the middle, we're definitely one of the better teams around for sure.
Coach, when you look, I know you've played a pretty tough schedule to get you ready for this district tournament, which will be starting on Friday night for the girls over at Watertown, Saturday for the boys. I know you've preached to your team, hey, we need to be playing our best basketball when we get mid-February and the district tournament starts. Do you feel like your team is doing that, peaking at the right time?
Yeah, I do. You know, we've had a good stretch here. I think we're about 8 out of the last 10 games and really started to get things together. And, you know, adding Brendan back to the equation once Christmas rolled around and got through with, it really changed the dynamic of our team defensively. And, you know, it helps some of the guys kind of find their identity and lessen the minutes of some of the younger guys and get Brendan more involved. And, you know, I really think we're not a team, like I said, that someone wants to face right now, whether it be anyone in the other district or not. You know, you definitely don't want to look and see Cannon County's lineup across from you.
Okay. Hey, Coach, Monica Braswell here. Looking ahead to the Watertown matchup, about to see them again. And once again, Terry and I covered that earlier matchup when you went to Watertown and played extremely well. What are you looking for from your kids specifically, offensive and defensively, to look to execute in that first-round tournament game?
With Watertown, we always really like to speed the game up and use our size to our advantage. Watertown, they're really guard-oriented. Their best two scorers are shorter guards. So we like to put the pressure on them and force them to get the ball out of their hands and try and feed the ball inside and rely on some of their guys that don't score as much to do more scoring for them. So really just to kind of get them in an uncomfortable offensive situation. And once again, just getting Brendan and Gus running, it really changes the game for everybody and frees up space for Theo and AJ to knock down threes. So we're kind of going to rely on that game plan again against Watertown.
Coach Matt Bradshaw, a longtime friend of yours, Coach, and somebody that you're very familiar with. So I don't think that either team in this week's practice can probably put in something new that the other one's not expecting.
No, with Coach Bradshaw, you always know what you're going to get. You're going to get some real strong defensive teams, and even when you don't think they have the best team, they always manage to play really good basketball, especially this time of year. So, much like I said about us, we're not looking forward to playing Watertown. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season for sure.
Coach, with only a 4-team district, you automatically make the region. But still, if you can win that semifinal game on Saturday night, that means you get to host in that region quarterfinal game back at Woodbury. How important is that?
Being on our floor, we could get a potential matchup there. Anyone from Jackson County to Monterey, and having been to Jackson's gym over the summer, and we dropped the game at Monterey last week. They're definitely tough environments. So having that home court advantage first round of the region is very, very important.
Coach, I don't know what the stats are on it, but I'd say since they've gone to those satellite games in the first round of the region hosting, I'd say the home team's probably won 85–90% of those ball games.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
Coach, when you look, and we'll turn our attention now to Gus and ask him a few questions. Gus, first of all, congratulations on becoming Cannon County's all-time leading scorer. That's quite an honor.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Gus, when you look, I played against your dad. He's the same age as I am back in the day. And Russell was a big lumbering post. If you got him outside of 5 foot, he couldn't make it much. But that doesn't seem to be your game plan. You've got the height probably to play inside, but have always been a guard. Where did that kind of get started that Gus Davenport played maybe a 1 or 2 versus somewhere inside?
Yes, sir. When I was growing up, I wasn't the biggest kid. So what I main focused on was ball handling and shooting threes. And then towards my freshman to sophomore year, I had a big growth spurt. And basically, I just tried to put it all together with my height.
Gus, when you look, I know a Mr. Basketball finalist is a tremendous honor. And I know when you look at Class 2A and, just getting to that point, it speaks volumes about your coaching staff and about your teammates that have really gotten you in that position, but that's a tremendous honor.
Yes, sir. First, I want to thank God, my family, definitely the coaching staff, Coach Knowles, for getting my name out there, and then definitely my teammates. I know I couldn't get to win some games to get into that running and get your name out there, so I just want to thank my teammates as well for us winning some games too.
Gus, I know that you want to make a deep run in the tournament. It's your senior year, and it's always, I know you've got basketball ahead of you once the high school playing days are over, but I know each and every game, starting with Saturday night's game with Watertown, is step one in a multi-step process for you to get Cannon County where you want to go.
Yes, sir. I think it starts with beating Watertown and definitely getting that region game at home. But I think the second part is winning that district championship and trying to stay away from York and definitely getting to play at home. We definitely got to do better on the defensive end, and I think that's where we lack. But if we can pick the defensive intensity up, our offense is going to come, and I think we're going to be a tough team to beat.
Well, Gus Davenport and Jason Knowles, we appreciate you visiting with us, and best of luck to you in the upcoming District 6AA tournament at Watertown High School.
Thank you guys.
And we've been visiting with Jason Knowles, the head coach for Cannon County, and Gus Davenport, who is the most valuable player in District 6AA this time. And congratulations on that honor for Gus. As we'll have more, as we remind you, you're watching The Box Score.
Nearstar Middle Tennessee Mines in Gordonsville is hiring. We have open positions for maintenance technicians, maintenance trainer, electricians, entry-level miners, mill operators, mill technicians, infill drillers, and other amazing opportunities. We offer competitive wages, excellent benefits, PTO, holiday pay, exceptional 401k, and much more. Make the most of your future and your career. Join the excellent team at Nearstar Middle Tennessee Mines in Gordonsville.
Here's normal internet speed. Here's the gig difference. Average speed, gig. Not enough speed, gig speed. With gig internet from DTC, everything's different. Video streaming is a breeze. Music and photos fly. And gaming gets real with no data limits. That's the gig difference. Call or visit DTC online and get your gig today.
With Liberty State Bank's Card Cash program, you can earn cash back every time you use your Liberty State Bank debit card. Make your dollars stretch further with Card Cash from Liberty State Bank. Card Cash is absolutely free to sign up for, so stop by Liberty State Bank today for details. Terms and conditions apply. Liberty State Bank, a branch of Citizens Bank of Lafayette. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And welcome back to The Box Score. Monica Braswell along with Terry Collins. Monica, of course, went to school at Gordonsville, and she's kind of beaming with pride as we're going to have head coach Jake Dillard, who pulled off the big upset win over Clark Range on Monday night. We were fortunate enough to cover that for DTC 3, a thrilling 56-52 overtime victory for Gordonsville. And practice had to go pretty well the last day or two after a huge win on Monday night where you knock off the state's 9th ranked squad in Clark Range and get a huge win for your team to not only make the district semifinals in either the championship or the consolation, but also make the region tournament for the first time, I think, since 2016. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yes, sir. It's a big deal. Just mainly for our kids, man. These kids have been through a lot and stuck it out, and to see all their hard work pay off in a win like that and all the smiling faces they had afterwards, it was a big deal, and a big deal for our program moving forward.
Coach, you've got 5 seniors on that team, which have played a lot of basketball, and I felt like even though maybe they hadn't been in a pressure-packed game, I thought they responded awfully well in the moment because I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than that when you're playing against the caliber team and the storied program, the Clark Range Lady Buffaloes.
Yeah, you know, we rode those seniors. I think we played 7 kids, really just 6. But, you know, those 5 seniors are out there the majority of the game. We had kids playing 40 minutes by the time you count double overtime. And, you know, for the most part, we was pretty calm and was able to execute things on both ends. You know, that it's really beneficial when you got 5 seniors that's played a ton of games in a situation like that.
Coach, I know you had to be disappointed that the game went to overtime. Just the fact that I think in the last quarter there, you were 4 out of 9 from the foul line. If you could have knocked down a free throw or 2, then, hey, you'd probably ended it in regulation. But as much fun as I had in those 2 overtimes, and I know Pat Warren had a big time too, your radio call for it, Coach. You know, I was glad everything fell, you know, for you the right way and, you know, the things that you did down the stretch. But I know you were disappointed, but the one thing I noticed with Jake Dillard, he kept smiling, he kept applauding his team.
Yeah, you know, we've been through a lot together, and to see those kids, you know, even when we wasn't playing our best right there in the 4th quarter, we had a couple of just silly turnovers where we just didn't execute in the first break. We didn't go up and knock down free throws like we should. Our kids just kept battling, though. We kept battling. We finished the game with 43 rebounds. And we're not a big team, so to go out and have 43 rebounds in a game just tells you how hard we was competing all night. And, we probably hit one of the bigger shots in the program, at least in the last few years. I know for sure it's in the double overtime. And I had a pretty good feeling when she hit that one how the game was going to go.
Coach, and of course being a Gordonsville alum, I was super excited to see you have such success in that game and knock off Clark Range. And I know that it means so much, not just to the school and the alumni, but the community. But can you kind of talk I feel like this is your first big signature win. I feel like you've been doing such a great job trying to rebuild a program that was struggling when you took it over, and now you've had these seniors, and like you said, you've been through a lot together. But what's it mean going forward and trying to restore that Gordonsville Tigerette program to what it used to be?
It's the last step of a rebuild is really the hardest step, in my opinion, and that's winning a game like that. It's believing that you belong in that situation. And we've been in games all year. You go back and watch Pickett here. Clay up there, it's a 10-point game the second half. At Red Bowling this year, you go down the line, we've been in games with teams that are really good. But at the end of the day, it comes down to a belief factor of whether or not you believe you should be there. And that helps you make plays. And, by making a game and making the right plays there at the end of this game and being able to beat Clark Range, it sets the foundation forward of, we belong against these teams. And if you belong against Clark Range, you belong against any team in the state.
I agree with that.
Coach, when you look, let's go to the end of the first overtime. 8.9 seconds left. They hit a big three, which put them up 3. But you call timeout. Your team didn't panic. And just a gutsy play by Lily Manor to knock down that 3, which is one of the bigger shots that I'm sure that y'all have had all season.
Yeah, I thought it was probably our worst defensive possession all night leading up to that. And, they got a couple of shots. They got a long rebound. And then Shoke just got a really good look at the top of the key for them. She shoots the ball well and nailed it. But, the only other time we've ever run that play, we dropped the handoff and didn't get a shot off. So, but I'm a big believer in letting your best players make plays. And I trusted Lily. She made a bunch of shots for us. And, we told Olivia Brown when you pitch it back, run into Lily's girl, they ain't going to call it. And it got Lily open enough to get a good look, and she knocked it down.
Coach, were you surprised that Clark Range didn't foul?
Especially the way we did not shoot the ball well at all from the free throw line. That almost cost us the game. So to, let Olivia Brown bring the ball all the way up the floor and for Lily to be able to get that open, I was more surprised, I guess, that she didn't have 2 girls on. That really surprised me. I'm glad they didn't, obviously, but it surprised us.
Coach, you were 11 for 28 from 3-point range. Clark Range only 9 of 40. They had a couple of kids in Choate and Rogers that really struggled from the perimeter, but your defense had something to do with that. It seemed like you were aggressive all night on the defensive end.
Yeah, early on we wanted to pick up the pace and then give them a different look in the second half. And Bush and Stowers are great players. Stowers can fill it up unbelievably how good she can score it. She had, I think, 3 threes in the first half. We held her to 6 points in the second, and then Sales got hot. I think she hit 4 threes in the game, 4 or 5, and we just had to rely on making somebody besides their best 2 players beat us. And, we got lucky. Schultz and Rogers didn't hit shots because they had good looks. But we did a good job of cleaning up the defensive glass, so almost.
All right, Coach, you're up 3. You got the ball after a good defensive stand. And just a few seconds left in the second overtime. And you draw up what a lot of people would consider to be a risky play. But they double-team Manor. But you throw over the top with Katie Vaden, which threw a pinpoint pass, and then Manor's fouled. She makes 1 out of 2 to wrap it up for you.
Yeah, and my thinking there is, in our press break, that's a look we have anyways. And my thinking there is, what I told the kids, the only thing that'll kill us is if we throw it out of bounds and we don't touch it. So I told Katie, I said, make sure it's a pass she can at least get a hand on. That way they've got to throw it in and go, 70 feet instead of just getting the ball back underneath the basket again. So that was a play we've done a lot. It wasn't something that they've never ran. So, and I just trusted the two kids that I've coached for 5 years to execute it.
Coach, when you look, the post-game celebration is what tournament play is all about. Your fans erupted. Your girls went crazy, and I would have to have such a big win. But just describe the environment first of all, after you got soaked in the dressing room afterward, but just describe the locker room scene after the game.
Obviously the kids were really excited, and it was a emotional time that they finally got to see all their hard work pay off. And especially for those seniors, getting this program, to me, getting this program where it should be at in the region every single year. And, and that's the step in the right direction of getting it there. We thought we could beat Clark Range all year, and it doesn't matter what I think and what Coach Foster thinks, the kids got to think it. And for them to be able to experience that, I couldn't be more proud of them, because, at the end of the day as a coach, you just want to see your kids be successful, and to see that, it was almost like seeing your own kids be successful.
Coach, when you look at your district, you had 4 teams above you ranked in the top 10 of the state. I think that kind of clearly tells us that District 7A is probably the toughest single A district in the state of Tennessee.
It is. And the one thing I tell people, when they bring that stuff up to me, it makes us better as a program. You can't hide your weakness in this district. You've got to be top to bottom very good. And, there's a lot of good coaches in this district, but it's better for our program to be in this district. So when we get into the region play, we're a pretty good ball team anyway. Our record may not show it. You put us in a different district, our record's a whole lot different, I guarantee you that. But I wouldn't have it any other way, because it makes our program better top to bottom, even the junior high program, the 5th, 6th grade program, because we know what we got to do to be successful in high school.
Well, Coach Jake Dillard, we appreciate you visiting with us. Best of luck against Clay County and on into the region tournament.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
And we want to thank Coach Jake Dillard of the Gordonsville Tigerettes for visiting with him. I know he got a little water bath once he got to the locker room the other night after Gordonsville's 56-52 double overtime win over Clark Range, who was ranked 9th in the state in Class A. But Gordonsville pulls the upset to move on in the district tournament and also the region tournament for the Tigerette. And we'll have more when we return, as we'll look at the upcoming games, as we remind you, you're watching the Box Score.
If you're a commercial driver looking for a company to call home, Huff and Puff Trucking is the company for you. Our employees are professional and dedicated individuals that take pride in what they do. We offer an outstanding pay package with a dispatch structure that maximizes your home time. To learn more about a company that knows you by name and treats you like family, call us at 1-800-965-5033 or visit our website at huffpufftrucking.com.
What is UC EMC Strong? It's local people. It's local power. Delivering safe, reliable electricity to homes and businesses in the Upper Cumberland is our mission. Getting you back in the game with no time out is our goal. It's been a tough season. Our community has met many challenges, but we're emerging stronger than ever because we're on your team. Upper Cumberland Electric Membership Corporation. We're in this together.
What is your emergency?
I think I'm being robbed.
Sir?
These big home security guys want way too much money from me.
Let's connect you to a local company right away.
It's a crime what big national companies charge for home security.
For just $49.99, get a system with a touch keypad, 3 window or door sensors, motion detector, key fob, and standard installation.
Help is on the way, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Switch now and save. Call or visit DTC Security online today.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Nearstar Middle Tennessee Mines in Gordonsville is hiring. We have open positions for maintenance technicians, maintenance trainer, electricians, entry-level miners, mill operators, mill technicians, infill drillers, and other amazing opportunities. We offer competitive wages, excellent benefits, PTO, holiday pay, exceptional 401k, and much more. Make the most of your future and your career. Join the excellent team at Nearstar Middle Tennessee Mines in Gordonsville.
Liberty State Bank's debit MasterCards are now available with the names and mascots of our local schools printed right on the front of your card. With every non-PIN transaction, Liberty State Bank will donate 5 cents to the school system on your card. It's easy to show your school spirit and raise some extra money for your school at the same time. Show your school pride. Liberty State Bank, a branch of Citizens Bank of Lafayette. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Now, welcome back to the final segment of the Box Score. Terry Collins along with Monica Braswell. And Monica, we're going to look at these district tournament brackets, and that's something that everybody's excited about because right now, everybody, when you start the tournament, is 0-0.
Oh no, it doesn't matter what you hope that your regular season has prepared you for this moment, but as far as records, wad them up, throw them in the wastebasket, 0-0, fresh start.
And the thing with that, if you can get on a roll right here, you may even make it to the Glass House in Murfreesboro.
One, it's all about momentum, right? And that's why you hear coaches all the time say, we've got to be peaking at the right time. And it's because momentum plays such a huge, part of sports, and basketball is no exception to that. So want to be peaking, want to gather that momentum. And when you have that momentum on your side, Terry, sometimes things happen that you can't even explain.
That's for sure. Let's go ahead and look at the District 7A Girls District Tournament. Of course, it shows there the number 5 seed Gordonsville upsetting Clark Range 56-52 in double overtime. They'll play against top seed Clay County, who's ranked 2nd in the state now. Jake Dillard, he's playing on house money now. They're just going to let it fly, as the old saying goes.
Well, at this point, Gordonsville has nothing to lose, right? They've pulled the huge upset to move on to the region, and obviously, they're not taking this Clay County game lightly. They would love to pull the upset again, but they're riding that wave of momentum. And I'm gonna tell you, if they shoot at the basketball as well as they did against Clark Range, you never know.
It's true. The other game should be a good one. Pickett County and Red Boiling in that 2-3 matchup. Red Boiling's really come on under Lacey Coulter, and they may make some noise. Don't be surprised if they upset Brent Smith and the Pickett County Lottie Bobcats in that opening round. I know Pickett County won the 2 regular season games, but Red Boiling Springs has been playing well. They're not a very big team, but they shoot the ball well. Got a premier player in Claire Fleming. Monica, that could be a 3 beating a 2 there.
Well, I'll tell you this, I feel like teams take on the personality of their coach sometimes. And Lacey Coulter was a phenomenal player, and when she played, kind of played like she coaches her team to play, right? She could shoot the basketball really well. She was up and down the floor, and that's kind of how Red Bull plays. They kind of taken on her personality. And I agree with you, Terry. I wouldn't be surprised if there was an upset in that matchup.
Let's go ahead and look at the 7A boys bracket. Of course, all those games for District 7A played at Livingston Academy. Clark Range season ends. One of the more disappointing seasons for them. I think they just really struggled all year under a first-year head coach. But, it's good to see Red Boiling Springs, who did not win a game last year, Monica. I know the number 4 seed, but, they're going to cherish going to the region tournament and throughout the rest of the district tournament.
Well, sometimes when you're rebuilding a program, it's baby steps, right? And sometimes you find smaller victories. You might not be making it all the way to Murfreesboro, but you find those smaller victories that you take pride in, and you use those as building blocks to continue success.
Of course, waiting for Red Boiling is Clay County. That's quite a rivalry. They're real close there, only 20, 25 miles apart. Have to go up through Hermitage Springs to get to Salina. And then that other game, Pickett County and Gordonsville. Gordonsville has struggled against Pickett this year, especially when they played in Byrdstown. I think it was about a 25, 30-point win for Pickett. But it's like we said earlier, Monica, everybody's 0-0. So I know that Joseph Amanette will have his Bobcats ready on Friday night when they face off against the Tigers.
Well, I feel like there's so many storylines in that matchup. You know, Coach Bibb, you know, used to coach up there from a long time ago, and Coach Bibb is very good at preparing his players, and I guarantee he didn't like losing by 25 points. Right. So I'm sure they've had, you know, they've been preparing for this game. I bet they've watched film, they've studied, and they're going to try to come out and have a better effort than what they did in the regular season.
Let's go ahead and look at the District 6 AA tournament. It's over at Watertown. The girls, Westmoreland, the #1 seed, be playing Watertown on Friday night, and then the second game. And I think this will be a great one. I mean, Smith County has beaten Cannon County twice, but they've been two extremely close games. In fact, Smith County did not lead in the game at Carthage till 1:27 to go in the game and wound up winning by 5. But Coach Ashley Campbell, and I say Campbell just because that was what she was when she played, you know, Cannon could beat Smith County in that semifinal matchup.
They could. I feel like for Cannon County, it's all about getting Bella Pelham involved and keeping her out of foul trouble. Her staying out of foul trouble where she can actually stay on the floor, because when she's such a big presence with altering shots, shot blocking, rebounding, and also on the offensive end with scoring. So Smith County will definitely want to try to stop her and contest these three-point shooters that Cannon has. But Cannon very well could pull that upset. But I feel like if they need to do it, it's got to be through Bella Pelham.
Of course, you look, the winner of those two semifinal games will be at home in that region quarterfinal game, which is awfully big as well. Let's go ahead and look at the boys tournament. Smith County boys, the #1 seed, they've beaten Westmoreland pretty handily in both games. And then that 2-3 matchup, Cannon County will be playing against Watertown. Cannon County has had the upper hand in both regular season meetings. Of course, win that first round semifinal game and you get to host the region quarterfinals, you get to move on to the championship. I know that Cannon County has kind of circled the championship game as their destination, and they think they can knock off Smith County to win the District 6 AA tournament.
Well, and I feel like when Cannon County is peaking and everybody on that team is playing well, Terry, they are a scary team, especially offensively. When you think of Gus Davenport and you got Theo Winters who can score the ball, and then you got Brendan Reed in the paint and pulling boards, and Armstrong, you know, is very well, he's great off the bounce, taking the ball to the basket. My question for Cannon County is defense. You know, how are you going to play on the defensive end? And I think that's their question. If they can get some intensity on the defensive end, they're a scary team in this district tournament.
Let's go ahead and look at the 7 AA girls district tournament. Of course, those quarterfinal games have been played. Cumberland County, the top seed, will play Upperman. Those games, all the games we're talking about now from the semifinals, consolation and championship, will be held at Tennessee Tech in Cookeville. And then Livingston, the #2 seed, will play White County, the #3 seed. Should be two great matchups there, Monica.
Oh, for sure. This tournament is just jam-packed with talent, and I expect there to be a lot of exciting games coming out of this. Right. If you want to go watch a district tournament, this will be the one to go watch.
Boys district tournament, Stone Memorial, the top seed. You know, they'll face off against the winner of Upperman and Livingston, and we'll have those scores for you. White County be playing Macon County, be a heavy favorite. They'll be playing them in Sparta, and then Cumberland County, the 3 seed, will be playing DeKalb, and you know, we'll have those scores coming up as we're taping here on Wednesday. On Wednesday night, we'll have those scores, but I know John Sanders looking to go to Crossville and pull off an upset.
Well, and you know, just beat them last week, you know, in the regular season. That was a game that I got to call here for DTC in a game where they didn't have Braden Antoniak, which I thought was huge that they were able to beat Cumberland County without him. Also, John Sanders wasn't at that game as he was in COVID protocol. DeKalb plays hard, and John Sanders has them playing hard, and when they click and they're knocking down threes, I think that's key for them and taking care of the ball. DeKalb can pull the upset.
Should be an interesting boys district tournament at Tennessee Tech. I want to thank Justin Malden. He's always going overtime. We appreciate all the things he does for us. And for Monica Braswell, I'm Terry Collins. Good night on The Box Score.